My legs got heavy, and it felt like I was walking through quicksand. And before I knew it, I was sitting on the ground with my head in my lap, having a mental breakdown. One of the most neglected aspects of fitness is up here. And that's exactly why I'm going to talk to you about mental fitness today. But before I do, I'm going to finish telling you that story. It was November of last year, and just a month prior, I lost everything, literally everything in Hurricane Michael. It just seemed like the weight of the world was on my shoulders. I was depressed because the area that I've called home for 13 years was absolutely destroyed. Buildings that were landmarks are now gone, and it was hard to navigate. It was like living in a new place. Personally, my home was destroyed, and I lost just about all of the sentimental things that were left inside of my house. My work shift was long, and on top of that, I had a 2-hour commute each way. So I was driving 4 hours a day just to get to and from work. One day while I was on one of those long shifts, midway through, I had all I could take. It was too much stress, too much pressure. So I was gonna go do what I know best. Let's work out. So I gathered my things and I proceeded to walk to the gym. And the closer I got to the gym, the heavier my legs felt. It almost felt like I was walking through quicksand. And I got to a point to where I just couldn't keep walking. Before I knew it, I was curled up in front of a light pole with my head in my lap, crying uncontrollably. Man, there were so many crazy things going through my mind. I could hear cars passing. No one stopped to check on me. And a part of me felt kind of disgusted that no one would think that it's kind of unnatural for somebody to be sitting and crying in front of a light pole in the middle of the day. And the other half of me was happy that they didn't stop, because I wouldn't have known what to tell them. I didn't know what was wrong with me. But as I sat there, I began to pray, and I began to clear my mind and get my thoughts together. And it was at that point that I realized that I wasn't okay. It was also at that point that I decided that I was gonna get some help. My way just wasn't working. And the third thing that I realized at that point was, even though I looked like I was at my weakest state, I was at my strongest. Because I finally had an opportunity to deal with the things that were going on in my mind. I had the courage to get up and find some help. I know some of you who know me personally may find it hard to believe that I actually cracked. I'm usually the strong and silent type. I deal with my stuff. I'm always trying to help encourage other people and motivate other people. And I'm not very transparent with my feelings. And I don't choose to be. It's just not who I am. But it was at that moment that I realized that what we consider strength isn't necessarily the case. I'm not a fan of sharing all of me with everybody, but sometimes you got to talk to somebody. And that is when I decided to make this video about mental fitness. Today, I'm going to share with you 4 keys that have helped me to get through what I thought was the worst trauma in my life. Key number 1, meditation. Now, I'm not asking anyone to transform themselves into a Shaolin monk and meditate on the mountaintop for 90 days without eating or anything crazy like that. But one thing I will say is that it's important to take time and be self-reflective. One way I do that is through my faith. I'm a spiritual person. Anyone who knows me knows that. And that was the first step for me. Sitting and praying and getting my thoughts together helped me to be a lot more introspective and self-reflective. And in doing that, I was able to clear my mind enough so that I can start dealing with some of the things that were dealing with me. Key number 2, find some help. Like, legitimately find a professional to go and talk to. Now, for all you spiritual people out there, it's okay to seek help from your religious leaders, but it's okay to have a pastor and a counselor, okay? You can have both. We have such a negative stigma with mental health because no one wants to be considered crazy. And I'm not afraid to use that word because I know that some of you guys actually are crazy. Well, you crazy ones, you know who you are. Get some help immediately. Seriously though, what I found after being brave enough to actually seek some help is that all I really needed was somebody to listen to me objectively. Someone who would listen and let me get all of my thoughts out without trying to fix me or without trying to give me advice or without trying to make what I was going through about them. So get some help. And maybe you'll find that you just need someone to listen to you just like I did, or you might be crazy. And that's okay because there are people out there to help you deal with your crazy, just like I deal with mine. Key number 3, physical exercise. Exercise is scientifically proven to help you remove stress, to help you think clear, and to help you feel better. You literally release endorphins that actually work like drugs in your body to make you feel better. Actually, a lot of drugs are based off of what's already in your body. So if you can, like I couldn't in that moment, try to go and do something physical to help you clear your mind, to help you reset, and to help you refocus. Key number 4, connecting with friends and family. As human beings, we are made for interaction. We're made to connect with each other. And when you go through things, it's always good to have people that you can hug and talk to and lean on and just be around to help you from feeling so isolated and feeling so alone in what you're going through. One thing for you though is you cannot expect for those people to understand exactly what you're going through. And if you are the friend or family that is helping someone, make sure you realize that you may not understand what they're going through, but that doesn't mean that you should make it about what you want to give them. Sometimes they don't want you to fix them. Sometimes they don't need your advice. They just need you to listen. This video is not a cry for help or a plea for anyone's sympathy or pity. Who it is for though, is those people that may be dealing with things that they don't feel comfortable talking about, or that they just don't want to talk about. And to those folks, I know it may not seem like it right now, but everything that you need to get through whatever you're going through is already in you. The road to finding it may be difficult, but trust me when I tell you that it's worth it. You're worth it. Yo, first of all, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification so you'll know every time that I put new content out.